Hello, bonjour, salve, hola, ni hao, konnichiwa. To all my Skeletors, welcome to the Skeleton Closet podcast. All right, here we talk about it all. No subject is off limits, especially since Freak Offs and Baby Oil made its debut. Okay? All right. Now, 2024 gave all the skeletons a voice. They are tired of sitting in a hot ass closet. Can the church say amen? Amen and amen. This platform provides light, air, irrigation to all skeletons trapped in the closet. Now come along if you dare to be exposed. Now here's the disclaimer. Our podcast videos are only here to entertain your trapped skeleton. It's all closet talk for entertainment purposes only. We encourage you to think outside the door for yourself and soul survival. Wink, 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 wink. Okay? Now that the formalities are out the way, I do want to add this statement. We are structurally unstructured over here, okay? As skeletons are going to do as they please. I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Now, I also want you to not pay attention to the reverberation. It just adds emphasis on everything that I'm saying. Okay? Thank you very much. And I also want you to know they gave the wrong skeleton a mic and a platform because it's gonna get messy over here. All right, guys, let's jump into our next episode. I was in the kitchen. I had a sweet tooth, and I was going through the cabinets, going through the refrigerator, going through all the snack drawers, and I was trying to figure out what is it that I wanted to eat. And I just did not know what to eat, but I wanted something. I was craving something sweet. So I ate a little bit of Oreos, and then I ate some pineapples. And then I was like, well, this is still not satisfying like my sweet tooth craving. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out some type of solution here, okay? Because if I don't, I'm going to end up consuming more of this junk. So I'm rummaging through the cabinets in the kitchen, and then I come across like some blueberry muffin mix. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and make some blueberry muffins. Like, why not? I have the sweet tooth and I love me some blueberry muffins. So I'm in the kitchen, I'm mixing away, adding all my ingredients. And then as the blueberry muffins are baking, I sit down and I meditate. And so what came to me in meditation is a quote for today. Some of you guys will be inheriting your enemy's outstanding years. You will inherit a quality of life, a quantitative analysis on life. You will inherit the extended life. And I was like, wow, that's quite interesting for this to be in the energy. And I was just thinking about that. I was like, wow, inheriting your enemy's outstanding years. And I was like, wow, that's quite interesting, because when you think about it, haters, enemies, adversaries, that's a waste of space. That's a waste of a life. And when you continue to hate on an individual who's not even thinking about you, who's not concerned about you, they're just minding their business in their kitchen, baking away, trying to fulfill whatever their cravings are in life. When another person is outside of their home, hating on them. For what purpose? Who knows? Simply because that individual is minding their business and focusing on the quality of their life. So, and I also said, and I was like, well, let's go down this rabbit hole a little deeper. Let's fall deeper into thought. And so I was retrieving, some people are going to be caught off guard because their life expectancy is going to come to a halt. I was getting the individuals who have been trying to snake you, especially like these different hermits, people who just stay to themselves. They are homebodies, they're quiet, they do as they please. These are the individuals who are considered like the awkward folks. Like, oh my God, they weird. They're so mysterious. Like, ew, you like them? Those people who are classified as antisocial, the ones who they think they perfect, they think they better than us, they act like they too good to be around us. In actuality, they are. Listen here, I will be the first to tell you they are. Some of these people will be like, oh, they think they perfect. They think they better than us. Yeah, they are. It's true. Because for you to sit there and worry about another person's life because they are not deciding to engage their life in whatever you are engaging your life with, as far as hating, gossiping, talking about folks, like doing nothing, like what? Just drinking, smoking, partying, lounging, hookahing. And like, how long are you going to hookah? You're like 40, 50, late 30s. Hookah? Like, hookah is the thing. Like, no, how about you just go ahead and start a business? How about you figure out what you're going to do with the next chapter of your life? And so the individuals who decide not to engage their time in frivolous activity, they're frowned upon. You know, I had a dream. I had a dream of my family. I'm not going to say who, but I had a dream of like a couple of folks in my family actually. And there was this meeting that was called by, I guess she wanted to feel that she is the matriarch of the family. Honestly, I don't know who died and made her the matriarch of the family, but listen, those individuals flock to whatever this person is saying, okay? Or their followings. Anyway, this person called a family meeting. I was excluded, okay? And the family meeting was about myself. And the family meeting was talking about how they need to take care of me. Like, we need to handle that situation. And you know why I became the target in my family in this dream, which I believe this dream was a premonition. It was fair warning. It was telling me about all the family members who are against me and why they are against me, simply because I choose a quality of life, a particular quality of life that is going to extend my life. I choose not to engage in frivolous activities, and this, you know, it bothers certain folks because I do not talk to them. What do we have in common to talk about? What? Absolutely nothing. I don't gossip. Y'all may beg to differ because I have a podcast and it may seem like I'm gossiping, but I'm really not. I'm just, hey, I'm venting, I'm talking to you guys, I'm just letting you guys know like what's what. I help people clean out their skeleton closet. And this is why I'm also, letting you know I'm still cleaning out my skeleton closet, and I'm not afraid or ashamed to do this on this platform. So here we go. So anyway, after this particular woman in the family, had this meeting and everybody was on board with it, they were talking about how they can benefit from me being absent. Now, mind you, these people are not educated. They do not have career jobs. They can barely form a complete sentence. They use all rudimentary diction. And they have a problem with an individual who chose to do something with their life. That just simply rubbed them the wrong way. Now, once the meeting was over and everyone, agreed on, hey, listen, okay, well, this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. That individual, the matriarch of the family, the person who called that family meeting, that female, do you know after that meeting, she turned into a transparent snake and started to make her way towards me. All of this in a dream. I saw this. And I was like, whoa. And honestly, of course, I was ready to chop the head off. I mean, that's what you have to do with snakes. And I was like, wow. And that was it. That was the end of the dream. And so it's interesting because that same individual has constantly showed up in my dreams. Every time they would try to make a certain attempt towards me, every time they try to create some type of master epic failed plan to come towards me, it just, of course, it always failed. And I'm grateful. I am so grateful and thankful, to the different skill sets that I have and, my relationship with the divine as far as receiving, intuitive intel, visceral knowledge about how to move different things to, make this move, stay here, go there, make a right, don't go left, different things like that. So, being in tune to like yourself and with the other side, meaning like with your spiritual team, I I don't know. I just find it so interesting how people, but particularly family, they will target you and become an enemy, a true adversary in your life because you chose to live a high quality life. You chose to do all the things that they were opposed of. What does that have to do with you? Nothing. Everyone is responsible for their own life. So anyway, now with that being said, this person, this matriarch of the family, is just like non-stop with it. They do not want to capitulate at all. They do not want to surrender. They feel like as long as they have breath in their body, they want to continue to make attempts. Of course, they already enlisted other people. Like I told you, it first started out with maybe like 5 people in the family meeting, and then it escalated to other external associates, and then that escalated to other external associates. So, I mean, it's just like, my goodness. So it's actually pulling everybody's skeleton out of the closet. It truly is. Because what they do not understand is opening the door to information. Each person that they enlist, I receive a list of the skeletons that's within that closet. And so I just think, I'm like, wow, I don't think these people were privy to that information. I'm sure, they messed around and they found out, like, now, like, okay, yeah, you truly open Pandora's box. And now Pandora's box is like, it's difficult to close. Like, how are you going to close Pandora's box now that it's open? You can't. You cannot contain it. So what I was also picking up in like this meditation, as you guys can tell, I love to spend time in my thoughts. I enjoy listening. Listening is a gift. It's a skill. I was also receiving that someone is going to be diagnosed with vasovagal. Now, for those of you who don't know what vasovagal is, that's a person who faints under extreme pressure or extreme stress, okay? Now, I'm seeing that whoever this family member is, or whoever the family members are, these individuals are going to experience this vasovagal. And they're not going to see no type of renaissance, no type of rebirth, no type of resurgence of anything. Like, I'm seeing that these people will be forced to capitulate. And with the individuals who fail to capitulate, who still want to come across or take their chances and like being named the vanquisher, that's not going to happen. They are going to be forced into some type of prostration. Now, another thing that I found quite interesting is, I guess I was getting, well, I was picking up that whoever these individuals are that was enlisted, I guess especially the quote unquote matriarch of the particular family, they have a problem with the fact that I am an epistemologist. Now, people who don't know what an epistemologist is, this is a person who studies knowledge, the theory of knowledge. So when you come across as someone who is intelligent, this doesn't just have to be me. Of course, there's so many different intelligent people out there. So you guys could possibly be experiencing some of this hate, this begrudgement that's out there. People have a problem with individuals who are in love with knowledge and self-development, self-care, self-advancement, the overall quality of life. They have a problem with it because these individuals do not choose to expand their self. They don't expand their knowledge. They don't care to indulge in, let's just say, just any intelligence if it's not on a mundane level. And these individuals feel like they have been shown up. Like, oh, well, who do you think you are? A person who reads. That's who I know that I am. A person who reads, a person who has a passion for information. In the Bible it states, my people perish through lack of knowledge. And honestly, a lot of these individuals who are wasting space, these individuals are going to perish. I'm not trying to be harsh. I just state the facts over here. This is what's happening. And even if you look at like society as a whole, if you look at the world today, we are going through like mass depopulation. It's just way too many people out here. The government, first of all, they can't take care, or they can't handle the consumption of society, of Americans. Let's just talk about the states. They have to start growing our food in laboratories. You get what I'm saying? So honestly, I feel like not only is it the government that's going through this mass depopulation, honestly, I feel like there is a spiritual shaking of like, okay, well, let's see the quality of people. So we're at a stage where there's quality versus quantity here, okay? Because it's like, well, if we can be more productive with less people, then okay, let's do that. The other individuals who are taking up space, wasting time, their service is like, it's not needed here. Like, if we want to be technical and spiritual, the sole purpose of humanity as a whole, as human beings as a whole, was to work for the earth, advance the earth, evolve the earth. It's all about the intelligence on earth. Now, if you're walking around being completely imbecilic, why do we need you? Just why? So, I mean, listen, I don't know, this, my opinion, may piss a lot of people off. Well, I mean, okay, if you're triggered, that means you're probably going to take a look at yourself. Or maybe that's what you need to do. You need to look at yourself. Like, are you an asset or are you a liability? Because honestly, we don't have time for the liabilities of the world. There's not enough room for you guys. It's not. You either make yourself useful or you understand. People who are making themselves useful, they're going to inherit their enemies' outstanding years. So if the divine, or whoever you subscribe to, whatever higher power you believe in, if the divine, let's just say, gave you long biblical years, and you doing a whole bunch of toxic mess in the earth, and you're like, well, why the hell did I write in a book for you to be a centenarian when you just wasted 50 years doing nothing? That other 50 years, I can give it to somebody else. Let them inherit extra years on their life, that extended life force. Okay, let me break this down for you. Here's an example, and this is biblical. The parables of gold. Remember how Jesus gave one particular person like 5, another person like 3, and another person 1. And when he came back, he was like, well, what did you do with the parables of gold? The person who doubled it, he was like, that's what's up. Here, I'm gonna give you more. The other person who like attempted to, try to make a little bit work, they didn't double it, but they did yield a return. He was like, okay, I'm gonna congratulate you for even trying. He was like, yeah, still, that's what's up. Now, the person who chose not to do anything, who sat there and did nothing with the parable, he was like, you don't deserve nothing. You deserve nothing. Give me what you wasted and go on about your business. This is what I am talking about, and this is where we are in the energy. Like, listen, people do not have time for wasteful people who's not bringing anything to society. You're not you're not contributing anything to the economy. Like, our economy is honestly, it's going to shit. You know how they say one bad apple spoils the whole bunch? Do you remember that saying growing up? I sure do. Normally, that's how it is. You know how when there is something that is infested, you need to go ahead and cut it off at the root before it spreads? Like, if somebody has some type of tumor, you want to go ahead and take care of that before it spreads throughout your body, or before it becomes into this large mass? This is real. And this is what's happening to the earth. This is what's happening as far as why we're at we're at a stagnant flow, or a stagnant growth, because we're trying to carry extra baggage that we don't need. It's time to unpack what we don't need. Leave it. It's time for seasonal cleaning, spring cleaning, top of the year cleaning. Now, before y'all get into it's really not the new year. The new year starts in spring equinox. I get all of that. I get it. But you have some people who are still programmed to believe that January is the top of the year. It's the new year. So either way you look at it, you got to clean up. You have to. And the individuals who expect for the, let's just say, the epistemology of people, if they expect for these individuals to be quiescent, they are like beguiling themselves. Because people who love knowledge, people who are aware, people who are experiencing mass awakenings, you have to expect for them to talk, for them to stand up, for them to walk in their purpose. Because if they're not doing this, then guess what? They're a waste of space as well, right? So, listen, I don't know. Those were just my thoughts. And, you know, of course, I wanted to bring it forth with you guys. I feel like there are two sides to everything. It's the polarity of life. It's a universal law. We have to have some sort of balance. Now, so somebody may say, okay, so what about good and evil? That's a polarity. That's two sides. Now, honestly, when you talk about evil, honestly, I feel like we don't need it. We're moving into a phase where we don't need it. That's why we have the balancing of our light and dark sides. Like, you know, like our masculine and feminine energy. Because when we need to balance like a situation, or let's just say balance out the earth, I feel like that's where the masculine and feminine energy comes from. That's where it needs to be fully implemented. Now, all of this distorted masculine energy or distorted feminine energy, we don't need that. We don't. We need pure, authentic energy. That's what we need at this time. And a lot of people, they complain about things that are taking place and like, oh, these the signs of the time. Yeah, it's the sign of the time that we need to clean up and we need to do some work. So if you're not going to do the work on yourself, I'm sorry, you need to go somewhere. One thing that bothers me the most are people who complain. It's a bunch of complainers, but there are not enough people who are ready to come with a solution. Are you ready to implement a solution? How can we incorporate a solution? Are you bringing some solutions to the table, or are you filling the comment box or the suggestion box, the tip box up with complaints? You know, this takes me to reviews. You know how companies have all these different reviews? People will not leave a good review as fast as they will leave a bad review. And I noticed that, and I just look and I was like, man, it just takes, if somebody piss you off, they piss you off so bad that you want to talk about them. But if somebody provide great customer service to you, you just hang up and go on about your business. I think people have it misconstrued. Like, no, I don't think that is okay. I feel like if you're willing to sit up there and fuss and complain about the bad service, then when you are provided with exceptional service, great service, satisfactory service, you need to leave a review as well. That's also a part of polarity, balancing the scales. I feel like there's balance in everything that we do in life, every decision that we make. Just like before we finalize a decision, you need to weigh the pros and cons of the situation. Now, a critical thinker would do that. Impulsive thinkers will just, they just act upon whatever decision and then worry about the consequences later. I mean, that's working backwards. That's counterproductive. But listen, this is me pontificating, okay? So that's just my opinion. I'm trying not to be biased, but I mean, it is my platform. So of course, I'm gonna state everything that I feel is accurate, what is right. I don't know. Should we pull some cards on anything? I'm just curious to see, like, should we pull on anything? Let's see. I don't know. Let's see if we should pull on something. What do y'all want to know? Should we get the good Kipper? Find out what's going on with Kipper. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on. What else do we need to know from this? What can we? Okay, now. All right. So we have a house here. All right, somebody is being pushed out of the house. Somebody needs to move out of the house. Now, there's somebody that's being kicked out of a home here. Now, I don't know if this house is a home, okay? But, you know, because there's a difference. Every house is not a home. So somebody could be getting kicked out of a house, or somebody is getting kicked out of a home. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. You know why? It's because of what they know. I have the book of knowledge that just fell out. So somebody is being kicked out of a home, or pushed out. This could be an establishment simply because of what they know. And a lot of people are not ready for the truth. A lot of people are not ready to sit down and listen. A lot of people are not ready to realize they truly don't know nothing. Well, whole time they've been betraying as if they are someone who holds the secret, someone who has knowledge, someone who is of a resource, someone who is of reference. Yes, somebody is pissed. So it looks like whoever this individual is that's being kicked out, somebody feels like this individual is not loyal because of the information that they hold. Now, here's the thing. Let me use religion as an example. Now, you know, religion is like a touchy topic. Some people get so defensive instead of fully understanding and hearing another person's perspective. Now, this can be someone who is in a house or in a home with someone who doesn't agree with their beliefs. Because see, somebody could have possibly opened the book of knowledge, and found out that, hold on, wait a minute. This does not align to what I have been taught. Or this person's actions does not align with what is written. Something is not connecting here. And so someone here has been putting together pieces to a puzzle. And most of the time, that puzzle is thyself. Somebody is realizing who the hell they are and not who they're told they are. Somebody is finding out for themselves. And whoever is, I guess, like the head of this home, whoever this individual is staying with, living with, whatever, however that living situation arrangement is, somebody has a problem with the fact that this person is liberating themselves through information. So somebody here, there is a new person that is becoming an epistemologist. That's what's happening here. Okay, let's see. Wow, this is interesting. Somebody doesn't want to cut anything off. Okay, so there's an ultimatum here. If you want to stay in this house, you're going to have to stop whatever this is that you're doing. You're going to have to stop looking into this information. You're going to have to stop prying, digging deeper, reading the books of mysteries here. Okay, somebody wants to keep this individual on a short leash. A leash. Okay, a short leash. Hold on. That was a parapraxis. So somebody wants to keep somebody on a short lease. So somebody was leasing a home here. So could this be the landlord? So is the landlord pissed that somebody is like discovering some type of information here? This can basically be somebody discovering their rights, their tenant rights. Y'all have no idea. People seriously get so upset at the fact that individuals will gain information, because you know what? That information becomes a weapon. A lot of information can be worse than a physical weapon, because you know you can use information as a weapon. It's a tool. Why do you think they rewrite books and they edify information, and they've been doing this for centuries? Because when you figure out, when you learn certain information, you figure out who you are, you put pieces of the puzzles of yourself back together to make yourself whole. Not whole of BS, distorted programming. I'm talking about whole. That makes you like a viable and essential player in society. And you think they want that for real? No. A lot of people don't want that because you become too powerful, because you start to unlock dimensions of your brain that no one can scramble. You know, this brings me to another thought here. Have you guys ever heard of an epigenetic case study? Now, for those of you who haven't, epigenetic case studies are when you put, like, let's just say a rare person, or let's just say an intelligent person in a impoverished environment, or you put them in a family full of imbeciles. And so they want to see, how would you develop, like, how is this going to affect your behavior, your cognitive development, your social skills, your behavior patterns? Like, it's a study to see, like, how does your environment conform you? It's like a conformity experiment. And a lot of us have been put in these epigenetic cases. We have been studied upon, whether you like it or not, whether you believe me or not. I'm telling you the truth. We have been studied upon. So those of you who be like, man, nah, I'm way different. I'm totally different from a lot of people in my family, as they say it's my family. Like, nah, this something don't add up here. You know, when you start to question deeper depths, deeper DNA, deeper connections, deeper like biological parents and people, like, it just, you be like, well, what happened to them? What happened? Like, what? How did I even get here? You telling me nobody in the family I'm similar to? Nobody in the family likes to read. Nobody in the family is curious about information, about knowledge. Like, nobody want to be a scientist. Nobody want to be a doctor. Nobody want to study law. Like, no, what? Nobody? I don't know. It gets kind of like, like, what the hell? Something must be wrong here. I must have been misplaced. Sometimes that can come across your mind. And then when you talk about certain subjects, or even this can be something basic, but it's basic to you, but it may not be basic to them. You can just say something or come up with a topic, and a lot of people, they shy away from it. Like they don't want to talk about it, or they don't have enough information to engage in the conversation. You be like, well, what are we going to talk about? Housewives? Love and hip hop? Like, what are we going to talk about? What you did last summer? I mean, what? Did you go study abroad? Like, what the hell did you do last summer that's interesting? Nothing? Like, what exactly are you guys talking about? You went to an overpriced concert? You went to go, like, watch some chicks shake their ass? Like, I mean, what exactly? Like, I don't get, what are we talking about? You telling me you want to have the same conversation throughout the entire year for multiple years? Let's take a moment of silence and think about that. The same conversation for multiple years. Like, there is no type of elevation in the conversation style. Nothing at all. And you be like, wait a minute. Something ain't right here. It just not. It can't be. It's almost like people are waiting to perish. That's what it is. It's like people are just waiting to perish. They are not giving anything to life. They're not doing anything with their life. I mean, granted, it's their life. So if they want to sit down there and waste their life and just work a vicious 9-to-5 cycle but still feel unfulfilled, then you be like, yo, and all you do is come home and complain about it or post on social media. It's just like, well, what are you going to do about it? What's the solution that you came up with? Oh, nothing, I'm just going to, deal with it. I mean, that's life. Nah, I disagree, because I don't think that's life. I don't. I feel like there's so much more to life than what people give life credit for. When we stop taking the bare minimum, I feel like our life will become more fulfilling. I truly believe that. There should be a lot more billionaires than what we have today. Well, y'all, I'm gonna leave this message here. This is just me, Pontificating. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see y'all in my next video. Let me leave you guys with a quote. Let me get a quote. Okay. You know, I just split the deck and I just saw someone is antagonizing the energy to extract the snakes. Hashtag bring them out, bring them out. What I tell you at the beginning of the reading of this video, I'm like, listen, there is like snakes that's around. A lot of hermetic people, people who enjoy their quiet time, enjoy quality living. There's a lot of snakes around them. You know what? Hold on. Before I let y'all go, there was a quote that I saw on my YouTube feed. And I couldn't agree. I couldn't agree more with the statement that this individual post. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to look for it really quick so I can let you guys go. Okay, I found it. Listen to this. Chosen ones, be very meticulous of who you're around because it's really disgusting out here. The friendships, the relationships, the people, family, the actions, the mindset, the morals. There's a reason why you seem weird but mysterious to outsiders. It's because you're private, quiet, low-key, and you observe bullshit before it takes place. When you're not like the general public, most people around you is the enemy. Peep game. I'm telling you, and the person who posts this is Brydell Rice Bay. So I'm like, yo, this is so true. So I'm like, when I saw that, and I was also picking up what I was picking up in the energy for today, I'm just like, yo, I'm telling you, the snakes are out. They're out. And the snakes are targeting hermetic people. People who enjoy minding their own damn business, who want to extend and expand the quality of their life, fulfill their purpose. You get what I'm saying? Do the right thing, consume the right things. These are the individuals that are being targeted because, you know, the snakes are mad. They so mad out here. All right, let me see. Last quote. I promise you won't like my version of this game. Hashtag I don't play fair. My quote. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.